You're wired in. SmallCapVoice.com. Following is a presentation of SmallCapVoice.com, today's leader in investor relations, capital formation, and retail support. Now, with your online business briefing, SmallCapVoice.com's Stuart T. Smith.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us here today at SmallCapVoice.com, and we've got a live interview happening for you right now. We've got Larry Kristof, who's on the road and coming through here in the States. I'm in Austin, Texas. That's where SmallCapVoice.com is headquartered. Larry Kristof with Mantra Venture Group Ltd, Mantra Venture Group Ltd, ticker symbol MVTG, has stopped by our studios to say hello. How you doing, Larry?
Excellent, Stuart. Glad to be here.
Hey, thanks so much for taking time to stop by and say hi to us here, Larry. What's going on with Mantra these days?
Oh, we have a lot going on, Stuart. To touch on a few things, we've had some recent press on our mixed reactive fuel cell receiving its first patent, our collaboration with PowerTech and Lafarge coming together, and we've got a lot more coming in September.
Well, that's already a lot to talk about, but let's drill into some of those topics. Talk to me about the relationship with Lafarge. That's a big name here.
Yeah, no, it's great. They're allowing us to go on site and demonstrate our technology in the first pilot this spring.
Very good, very good. Listeners, I want to point something out to you while you're listening along with us. Why don't you go ahead and visit GoldmanResearch.com. That's GoldmanResearch.com. Right there in the top left-hand corner, it says Recent Report on Mantra Venture Group, MVTG. Download that. I think what's interesting about that is it's got your recent price at 9 cents. The stock has had a lot of activity over the summer. Typically, we don't see stocks having this much activity here in the States in the summer months. You guys have already gapped up to over 12 cents. This has got a price target of 50 cents. Give us your impression of this report on your company.
Oh, I think it's great. It touches on all the values that we bring to our market and our investors, but it only touches on them. I think there's a lot more due diligence that you can do and see that this company is a company to get involved with now.
Well, Larry, let's go ahead and hit on one of those other topics you brought up earlier, the mixed reactant fuel cell technology. Listeners, follow along. Use that ticker symbol again, MVTG. Mantra Energy announces new patent for its mixed reactant fuel cell technology. Now, this came out July 24th. We're about 1 month removed from that. What's the reaction been to this new product?
Well, it's interesting. People just wonder what it is, and it's a very important technology. I'm typically not a fan of fuel cells in general because of a lot of the infrastructure that goes along with hydrogen and the expense that comes with it. But this one was a natural fit for Mantra. Why? It's got a vertical integration component into our flagship technology, ERC, electrochemical reduction of CO2. Because of what ERC produces in potassium formate, that can be used as a fuel for the mixed reactant fuel cell. It also has the benefit of being able to reduce the cost of the overall fuel cells because it does mix the fuel and the oxygen together, thus removing some of those expensive components that go with conventional fuel cells. So we look at into the future in our crystal ball, and we see these things pairing nicely together.
Well, listeners, there's some product validation in there as well. University of British Columbia had some testing done on the product, and the results have been promising. All right, moving on to another very exciting piece of news. Here it is, listeners. Here's the headline. Mantra Energy Alternatives signs deal with Techion to accelerate commercial development of its ERC technology. Well, we talked about the perfection of this technology. Now we're talking about the commercial development of it. Let's get your insight into this, Larry.
Well, Stu, this is another piece of the puzzle for us in bringing it to commercial viability. It also is going to accelerate our pilot program at Lafarge's site. So they'll be working in collaboration with PowerTech Labs, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of BC Hydro, which is one of the renowned utilities in Canada. So the importance of it is that they're going to be working on new pieces of IP for us. Our IP portfolio is growing. We've just received, our first patent on ERC. We expect to receive a few more on our worldwide patenting on that technology, again, on our MRFC, our fuel cell technology. And what Techion brings to this puzzle is they've been in this business for 10 plus years, working with their own technologies in formic acid fuel cells. So they bring a lot to the table in engineering and development of technologies through, bench scale to commercialization. They're just a great group. So we're really happy that we'll be working with them and their team. I think it's going to bring a lot of value to our investors.
Well, it sounds like now's the great time to be taking a look at MVTG. Larry, you and I were talking before the show today. It's getting fun for you again, right?
Oh yeah, there's been a rough couple of years. I can't say that enough. But the pieces are all coming together. Mantra received that big chunk of financing in its subsidiary Mantra Energy that brought no dilution into Mantra Venture Group. So that was phenomenal. That kind of money's everything, and being able to create that capital that allowed us to take this technology to the next level. Now we're being recognized. We get calls on a daily basis from places all around the world to see where we're at, see if they can get involved. And you'll see a lot of that down in the pipe here because there's a lot on the table right now. And the team, we've got new management getting involved. You'll see stuff on that soon. And I think we're creating just a big value team here for the company.
Well, and it says here's a quote, we are pleased that Mantra recognized our industry-leading knowledge in this space. Now, we talk about Techion. They know the players. They know how to navigate this space. They've got the history. Mantra's got the technology. It's a pairing match made in heaven, if you will. So, Larry, with so much on the plate and so much happening already, and the non-dilutive financing that you brought up that's allowing you to perpetuate your business model, give us what you want from the company for the remainder of 2012. What are some of your goals?
Oh, I think some key goals for us right now is to receive more patents on our technologies, to see this development for the pilot plant to go smoothly, and with the team we've got built around that, I can't see any hurdles there. So we're real excited about the end of 2012 and getting into 2013 and launching this pilot. I think the whole world's going to wake up to the fact that there's a little company out of BC that's got a technology that is so critical right now, and coming through and driving all the way down through the U.S. The people that don't believe climate change is real have to take the drive I just had, because I'll tell you, it's getting hotter down here.
Well, it absolutely is. Larry's on a trek through the States from Vancouver. He's showed up here at our doors at smallcapvoice.com in Austin, Texas. So let me sum it up for you. You heard about it. New perfected technologies, new partners, new financings that are already taking place and that are not dilutive to the bottom line for the shareholders. Listeners and shareholders, it sounds like it's a great time to once again be taking a look at Mantra. That ticker symbol again, MVTG. If you'd like to reach them via Twitter, do that. Twitter.com/Mantra Energy. You can also see the company's products, its technology, its passion, and all its leaders at mantraenergy.com. Well, Larry, I want to thank you so much for stopping by here at smallcapvoice.com. Congratulations on a robust year 2012, and we look forward to great things from you and your company for the remainder of 2012.
Thanks a lot for having me, Stuart.
You bet. For Larry Kristof, this is Stuart Smith saying thanks so much for listening.
SmallCapVoice.com, today's leader in investor relations, capital formation, and retail support, provides its clients with the highest level of service. Our audio interviews are disseminated to one of the largest opt-in audiences available today. How? We at SmallCapVoice.com believe in aligning and affiliating ourselves with other leaders within the investor relations community. By sharing resources, each affiliated firm is made that much stronger and each client is served that much better. Our focus is to identify and provide the very best financial services and solutions available to clients and their shareholders. For more information about our services, please call us at 512-267-2430 or visit us on the web at www.smallcapvoice.com. This is a broadcast of SmallCapVoice.com, a financial communications and investor relations firm. SmallCapVoice.com receives payment for investor relations and financial consulting services that it provides to its clients. You should assume that officers, directors, and employees of SmallCapVoice.com or financial analysts mentioned and their families hold a position and intend to trade in these securities for their own accounts. This is not an offer or recommendation to buy or sell securities. Information in this broadcast is presented solely for informative purposes and is not intended to be, nor should it be construed as, investment advice. As in all investments, an investment in the featured company carries an investment risk. Listeners should review the company thoroughly with a registered investment advisor or registered stockbroker. This broadcast does not purport to be a complete study of the featured company or other companies mentioned. Information used and statements of fact have been obtained from the featured company and other sources but not verified nor guaranteed by SmallCapVoice.com as to completeness or accuracy. Such information is subject to change without notice.